When I was a little girl, I used to see a shadowy figure in the corner of my bedroom. It was tall, with indistinct edges, and it never moved, at least not while I was looking at it. I told my parents about it, but they brushed it off as a child's overactive imagination. Still, I remember the feeling of its gaze, heavy and cold, like icy fingers trailing down my spine. Other things happened in that house, too. My toys would go missing, only to reappear in places I knew I hadn't left them. Doors would creak open on their own. And at night, I sometimes heard faint whispers that seemed to come from the walls, but nothing ever hurt me. It was just there, watching, waiting. When I turned 18, I couldn't move out fast enough. Life went on, and I built a new life for myself: college, marriage, children. My parents sold me the house 3 years ago, when they decided to retire and move closer to the coast. At first, everything was fine. My husband, Ethan, and I settled in, and our twin daughters, Lily and Grace, loved having their own rooms. For 3 years, the house was quiet, almost peaceful, but that changed about 6 months ago. It started small, the way it always does. Grace complained about her favorite doll going missing, only to find it sitting in the middle of the kitchen table the next morning. Lily told me she heard tapping on her bedroom window at night, even though we're on the second floor. Then one night, as I tucked them into bed, Lily said something that made my blood run cold. "Mommy, there's a man in the corner." I froze. "What do you mean, sweetheart?" She pointed to the corner of her room, the same corner I had stared at so many nights as a child. "He stands there. He doesn't talk. He just watches." I forced a smile, but my hands were shaking. "It's just your imagination, honey. There's nothing there." But I knew she wasn't imagining it, because I had seen him too. The activity escalated after that. Last night, lights flickered even though we had an electrician check the wiring to their room. The whispers
but the
came
door
back,
wouldn't open.
faint and just
It
out of
felt like
reach.
something was
like a
holding each other
conversation
from the
you're not
inside.
meant to hear.
When we
The
finally
girls
forced
started
it open,
waking up with
the girls
scratches
were
on their
huddled together
arms
on the bed,
though they swore they
sobbing.
hadn't
He
done it
was
to themselves.
here.
Grace and the
cried.
shadow. He
It
tried to
wasn't
take
just
Lily
in the corner
I don't
anymore.
know what to do.
Last week,
I can't
I
leave
saw
this
it in the
house. It's
hallway.
all we
It
have.
was fleeting.
But I can't
Just
let
a
my
flicker of
daughters grow
darkness
up
in
with
the
this
corner
thing
of my
watching
eye.
them.
But it
Waiting
wasn't
for
enough
them,
to make
the
my
way
heart
it waited
race.
for me.
That
I
night,
used to
I
think it
dreamt
was
of the
just
shadow.
a shadow.
It loomed
No,
over me.
I think it's
It formed
something more,
shifting and
something
writhing like
worse.
smoke.
And I'm
And when I
terrified
woke
it's
up,
not
there
done
was a
with
bruise
us
on
yet.
my wrist shaped like a hand.